Okay, we're starting to get live here. Well, I'm alive here. I'm still alive. That's what counts, at least for me. But what I want to cover is there are a whole bunch of programs that are out now to help with forgiveness of your money. I mean, the government, there's all over. I mean, there are little programs like this all over the government, and federal, state, and local. And I want to make sure you guys know about this, and I have a list of these programs. I'm going to put it in uh, the, yeah, okay, for the member section that I'm on. I'm on live on Let's Go Help. And I know we have a whole bunch of new members because we had a special offer for $1 for 5 days. So if you're a new member, make sure you ask us questions. And if you don't get it here, and actually tonight we have two more live. We have a live one at 2 o'clock today. So that's in about an hour or so. So they'll be live. So you look at the workshops and you can join there live and ask, they answer your questions there live. And it's really, these are run by members who have got money. So I think it's better for you to learn from a member who already figured out how to use this system instead of me or even our researchers that give it. Sabrina, I mean, she's gotten grants too, but it's really, I think, members that are like you that just got into the system and wondering what the heck is all this about. I think you learn better, from people like that. And so that's it. So that's at 2 o'clock today, and then also at 5 o'clock. And then tomorrow there'll be 2 or 3 more. And then also like what I do, there's members that will come live and get your questions answered. And if that doesn't help, don't forget we have a question corner where you could leave us a question and do it. And actually we're working on another way to email us a question. So we make sure we don't miss it, because some of the questions in the question corner, we're losing them, and we don't want to do that. So we're working on another way to be able to handle personal questions like that. And I think that's the important thing. And also don't forget to download the 500 mini grant report for your state. We have 500 grants by category, like if you need help with your bills and paying debt and stuff like that, or starting a business, or healthcare, or buying a house, or getting a job, legal help, anything, healthcare, dental help, home repair. So it's all broken down for you where you live. So you download that state report, and on the top of all those reports is a copy of what I call Les Go's Meta Grant Report. Meta Grant. And it's really what it is, it's my cheat sheet to answer questions. I mean, I've been doing this 49, 50 years or whatever it is. And so the answers change, but the questions are basically the same. So I update this all the time to have that. Okay, and see, Tammy's right on that, boy. She got the link out there for members to learn about. But here's a new program. And actually the report I have there that I just put in there, did I put that in there? I think I did. Yes, okay, it's on top. So I have a report on make your debt and credit problems go away with these programs. Okay, now here's a new one that is in the news today, because what happened, Biden has been getting rid of a lot of student debt. And he was gonna have it, just forgiveness, everybody gets $10,000, $20,000 forgiveness. He couldn't do that. The courts, the opposition took him to court, and they made him stop that. So he found other ways to do it. So, and these are really good ways. Now, there was a new one that was supposed to start in July 1, and the opposition took him to court in 2 states, and what happened is they stopped that from happening. But there's still a lot there to forgiveness. I mean, right now, there's 4 million people who can get all their student loans forgiven. And how they do it is they don't make enough money to pay. And so if you don't make enough money to pay, you have 0 payments, and then after a certain amount of months or whatever, it's all disappears. So you get it all disappeared by making 0 payments. And here's what's interesting. You know what? It's if you make less than $70,000, This is for a family of 4, actually. You make less than $70,000, you don't have to pay your student loans. Isn't that amazing? And that's why you want to go to studentaid.gov and find out about the SAVE program, SAVE. Now, part of it is in turmoil and they're fixing out some, but there's enough there for you to apply if you're not in this now. Because if you own a student loan, you have to get there, no matter what. No matter what the outcome is, on these recent court cases, there's still so much there that you could get forgiven. And you have to fill out the form or whatever and then take it, and then you sit on hold. If you need that kind of help, it doesn't matter. You don't want to go to Google and find help because people will sucker you into giving them money. And you don't want to do that. You get it for free, so you wait. It's still free. And see, the only people who could tell you the truth about these programs are the people giving out the money. Everybody, middlemen like me or whatever, no, we're guessing. We don't really know because these things change all the time. So you want to deal with the horse's mouth, like the old racing movies. I remember about race horsing. Yeah, I got it right from the horse's mouth. He's going to win. And that's the only good. Everybody else, the handicappers, say, oh no, I know he's going to, sorry for now, is going to win in the 5th race. Don't worry. I talked to the horse himself. And so you have to talk to the horse himself. And that's a government office. So you go to studentaid.gov. Okay, let me tell you about the new things that's going on here. Okay, the SAVE plan. This is the big program of that. Which replaced the revised pay-as-you-earn. See, this is what they're doing with student loan debt, is you only pay a percentage of your extra income. Now, here's what they say. They say, okay, you could only, if you make 225% of poverty, in other words, 225% of poverty, that's $70,000, okay, for a family of 4, 200. So whatever you make over $70,000, you pay 10% of that money. So if you make $80,000, so that means you're paying on your student loan no more than 10% of what's over that. So that'd be $1,000, right? So that's why you can get this down a whole lot. And that's how it's calculated. But they have a formula there on the site. You go there, fill it out, and you'll find it out. But 4 million people will not have to pay anything at all. I mean, that's incredible to me. Okay, what else is in this thing? 4 million, right. Okay, here's another. The SAVE plan, that's another one of these programs, had already reduced payments because its formula lets borrowers keep more of their earnings to pay basic needs, shielding it from the repayment formula. In other words, what they're doing is say, okay, there's a certain amount of income that you shield from having to pay this. And that's where the 225% come in. Okay, also, this is very interesting, that you won't get charged interest if you're not making payments. So if you're not making payments, so maybe you owe $10,000 or whatever it is, and you're not, you don't have to make any payments, you're still not going to be charged interest on that. See, that's where people are getting killed. They weren't making payments, but their interest rates, they were having to pay interest on the loan, and so they wind up owning twice as much money. Okay, that's gone now. You don't have to worry about that. So that's a problem. See, I mean, it could be a little complicated, but that's okay. There's a lot of free help to do it if you do that. I mean, another place to get free help like this is go to findhelp.org and put in student debt, and there's probably nonprofit organizations that will help you with that. If not, you could go to the HUD counselors. They'll know about this. So if you go to hud.gov/counseling, hud.gov/counseling, and you talk to them, make an appointment. Always make appointments. Talk to somebody. You make an appointment. You can't understand this stuff. I've been studying 50 years. I still don't understand it. So for you coming out of nowhere and think you're going to understand it because it's on the internet, no, you can't. You got to talk to people because you're going to miss so much. And keep your mind open. Okay, and so make an appointment. HUD.gov/counseling. let's see, what else do I have? Underline here, okay, there's save. Okay, so you make it, you pay $1 a month forever, and then it's forgiven. Because after like 20 years, it's gone, no matter what. You still owe $100,000, that's okay, it's over. But there's more programs like that for forgiveness, not only student loan. Here, another thing, what we do, now if you're a member, don't forget, Sunday night, we have Amber who helps you with your credit score. And she's able to increase credit scores by 100, 200, 300 points, just in a few weeks. So check with her. She's live on Let's Go Help on Sunday evenings, I think at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Oh, you mean Megan? Yes. Yeah, so, boy, I get my names. I am so bad with names. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah. Yeah, Megan, and she does that. And that's why you see our wonderful members are so loving, and they just try to help people help. Who is, no, it's Megan, not Amber. Amber's another navigator we have that help people for free to get through this stuff. But it's Megan that she's the one on. So if you're a member, be a member of Let's Go Help and see the workshops when they are. And we got another one tonight at 5 o'clock. We have one at 2 o'clock. So that's probably not long after I finish up here. You could just stay around and go. See, on the workshops, they're on Zoom. So you could ask, it's easier to ask questions. Here it gets lost a little bit. I'm wanting to start my own business. I've been working in the fields and I'm tired of it. Is that the fields mean actually you're picking vegetables? Anything I apply for in order to get? Yes, Alex, you have to start again, make an appointment with experts who help you start a business. That's what it is. Don't look for money, look for help. And that's what it is. Now, if you go, Tammy, we'll put up the Let's Go Meta Grant report, and it will, item number 5 is how to get a lot of free help to start any kind of business you want. Okay, now don't ask for money because you don't know exactly what all that stuff is, and it can be complicated, but asking for free help, it's sort of like you come here because it's complicated and we help you weed through it because we've been studying for 50 years. Okay, the same thing where you live. There are organizations, nonprofit organizations that don't cost you any money that will help you figure out how to start a business for free. They're free counselors. Why are they doing this? Because the government wants more people to start a business to create jobs for other people. That's how jobs are created. People decide to start a business, and one grows into Facebook, and one grows into a dry cleaner. But there's still a half a dozen people are getting jobs. So that's why they want to help you. That's why they have all this money to help you do that. So that's how to start that. Okay, so your credit score, okay. Get money refunded. Oh, yeah, the buy now, pay later scams. That's right. Pay this in 15 payments and all that kind of stuff. And what they were doing was screwing people. And they weren't covered. See, if you put things on your credit card, you have power over theirs. Not the debit card. You have power over the credit card. And that's why credit cards, to me, are much better. Because you don't have to pay if they screw you over. On the debit card, they got the money. You can't do anything about it, okay? But now they're putting that on the buy now, pay later. So the companies are now have to report just like if there were a credit card. That means you as a consumer have power over it. So if you have a problem with your buy now, pay later thing, and you can't pay, or they're telling you, I don't know well enough to even know the problems. But here's where you go to fight them. You go to consumerfinance.gov. Consumerfinance.gov, okay? And you go there and fill out a form about the company who's messing with anybody that messes with your money, is regulated. And this consumerfinance.gov, they'll come out and investigate, even just because you wrote a letter. And they'll do it in 2 weeks, they say. I mean, that's amazing. I can't get my mail in 2 weeks, let alone have the government investigate somebody screwing me over. But that's what's happening on. But you don't know. You think you have to hire a lawyer or something and pay $200 an hour, $400 an hour, whatever they charge nowadays. You don't. You go to a government office that regulates these people, and they'll investigate for free. And they're more powerful than any lawyer you could ever hire in your life, because these government agencies could put the business out of business. Now, a lawyer could just get you money. So that's why the companies are oh, is that for us? We're double billing you? Well, probably screwed up here somewhere. For Mary, Magic Mary, let's go. Okay, send her another one. We get a little overwhelmed too. Yeah, no, we'll make it good. Don't worry, Sonia. Yeah, it's letsgohelp@gmail.com. Okay, so that's for credit card companies, anybody who's messing with your money, your rent, your mortgage, financial service companies, anybody like housing discrimination. Yes, you feel discriminated against in your housing, buying a house because of your color or religion or anything like that. The government will sue them and get you $100,000. And there's an office in the government. If you go to findhelp.org, you could find the local office for housing discrimination and do that, okay? And get to loan forgiven, yes, okay, that. All right, here's interesting. The city of Madison, Wisconsin will lend you $250,000 to start a business and then forgive the loan. You make no payments, no interest. You get $250,000, okay? And you start a business, and if you're there for 15 years, it's all free. You don't never pay interest, you never pay, have no payments or anything. $250,000. I mean, see, it's crazy what's happening like that. Okay, here's another thing. And what our navigators help with is writing letters of appeal letters. I mean, she shows how people to write an appeal letter when the government turns you down for a grant. Like if she helps a lot of people with rent. When they're turned down to get a rent grant, she'll show them how to write a letter, and 50% of them that write a letter get their money. I mean, it's just like hundreds of thousands of dollars she's gotten for people just by writing a letter. See, it's learning the system, and that's what it's about. And that's what it's so wonderful, this group of loving people that are just want to share with everybody else and here to help other people, not just to feather their own nest. And that's what we're doing here is even Let's Go Help. We give our profits back to members. We give out like over $1.5 million. Now, this is only like 2 years or so we've been in this business. Yeah. And I didn't even know we were making that much. But what we make is profit, and we make profit on only $20. Everybody said I'll never make a profit on $20. I have to charge $200, $500, and all this kind of stuff. I didn't want to be that. I want to be the $200 man. The people who could pay $500 don't need money. I want to show people who need the money to get the money. And we've been so profitable that we're able to give them back money. So we give out, you apply for it, we have 4 grants every month. You apply it. The next one is our free laptop computers. We give out 30 free laptop computers every month. And then on the 4th of the month, we give out $40,000 to members, either $500 or $1,000. So you apply for that. And then we have a car repair grant on the 15th, and then a grant for $20,000 of rent grants we give out, $500 a piece there too. Okay, so that's here. Here, how about your IRS grant? You owe money to the IRS. There's a program at the IRS called Offer in Compromise, where you could get rid of 90% of what you owe. 90% of what you owe. We have a member who tells you all about that because she was able to do it. She got like $50,000 down to $5,000. That's 90%. And that's right. This is a system. You have to learn. It does. People don't come to your door and says, "Hey, do you know about this?" People come to your door, the people that want to get money from you. Okay, so they're the ones you're going to know about, and you won't know about these other things. Okay. Taxes, state taxes are the same way. Just like federal taxes, you don't, if you owe money, there's an offer in compromise. The same thing, federal taxes have offers in compromise. I know state, like Maryland, I was helping a member with that. Also, property tax forgiven. Here's a website you want to do, is AARP Foundation, you know, the AARP, the old farts. Okay, when you go to aarpfoundation.org and then put in PTA consumers, P as in P as in pee-pee, and then T as in Tom, and A as in apple, consumers. And you'll see the state-by-state listings of those who have property taxes forgiven. Okay, so there's always more than one way. Now, if you have any kind of problems with your debt and credit cards and stuff like that, make an appointment as soon as possible with a free financial counselor. And they're available in item number 3 in the Meta Grant reports. That's for members. If you're not a member, then you want to go to findhelp.org. No, not find, yes, findhelp.org, and put in credit repair, put in something like, or debt repair. You know, and you'll see the local nonprofit organizations that help you with debt repair. Actually, where I live, if you put in financial assistance, I get like 170 organizations that are in my zip code that offer free financial assistance. That means money. They're giving out money, yeah, just like that, boom, 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 okay? But they don't advertise. See, the good stuff is not advertised, and that's what we're trying to do here at Let's Go Help, is make sure that people know the stuff that isn't advertised, because they know the advertising stuff, and then they get stuck in that, and they think that's their only option is what they see in Google, and that's not right, okay? How about if I can't pay my credit card? Same thing, you talk to those credit counselors. There's always ways around it, and you want to know the best possible ways, and they're going to know it. And what you do with those people is you don't only talk to one, you talk to 2 or 3 to make sure you know every possibility, okay? People will know other things on that. So if you have credit card debt, that's where you start. You got free financial counselors and findhelp.org, and you put in financial counseling and find the nonprofits there. If you're a member, then it's item number 3 in the Let's Go Meta Grant report. Okay. By the way, thank you all that tried for the trial membership. We just closed that yesterday, and we have to see how good that is, if we'll do it again or not, or if we're losing a ton of money. And so it's going to be a little busier on our platforms. Because we had a bunch of people, you know, that are trying us. And make sure, I mean, it's fine if you don't go on to the $20, because if you want to cancel, don't forget, cancel. You got to cancel. We're not going to ask you to pay the $20. You're into it now. It's going to automatically bill you for $20 after 5 days. So make sure. Won't they cut off your cards? I don't know who. Well, you got to find out what they will and will not do based on your situation, John. And that's why you have to talk to 2 or 3 people who are in that business of helping people like you, and that don't charge money, okay? So that's what you have to do, okay? And because the rules are the rules, and you have to know all the rules and all the loopholes in the rules, okay? A lot of info to take in today. Every day, Fritz. Just pick and choose. You can't do everything at one time. It's like having a whole big dessert table in front of you. You just, well, what's the one I'm going to start with? And follow it up, because if you don't follow it up, nothing happens, okay? How can I become a member? Thanks, Dad, for asking. You go to letsgohelp.com, LESKOHELP.com. I have not filed taxes in the past. That's okay, no problem, okay? Start talking to people about how to do this and make a deal. And they're there. All the free help is available. You could call the IRS themselves and make an appointment locally. And they have programs for people who have trouble paying taxes. Or if you want to first go to the free financial counselors. But I would go to the IRS and be upfront. This is what I got. What can we do? Okay. Because it's going to catch up to you, and you not doing anything about it, you worry about it. So that's in the back of your head. It keeps you up at night. And this is why people have high blood pressure. And I get sick inside because of all that worry. So if you tackle the problem and you go make an appointment with an expert who knows, who's seen, you're not the first person to pay their taxes. They do this all the time, and especially now since COVID and everything. And so that's that's a big cohort of people that are getting help to do this. So you got to find out what your options are. So don't trust just one person. You go to another person too, and that's why on financial counselors, talk to 3 of them. Can we go back and listen to the lives? Yes, they're all under Let's Go Live. There's a tab called Let's Go Live, and they're all there. Okay, and there's Ethel, a sweet woman who just loves giving. That's so nice, man. I am just so proud of the people here that are so loving and giving to everybody, and when somebody does it, then it makes you want to do it more. And that's what's wonderful about this. So let us all try to give more so everybody gets more. And that's how you grow. I think, I'm convinced, but don't trust me so much because I'm an old fart. But the way to grow forever is to grow your heart, and that's by giving and loving. Still sounds a little strange to me, but I believe it now. Boy. Last 2-3 years, that has been the focus and the best life I've ever had. So let us try to help as many people as we can, okay? That's why we're all sorry here, huh? Yeah, this stupid life we all have to get through. So because it is so stupid, we should just realize how stupid it is and just help everybody else try to get through it too, because that helps you get through it because your heart is open. And so no matter what happens badly, because you're not going to get rid of bad stuff no matter what you do. And you'll have an open heart and be resilient enough to get through any of the bad stuff, okay? So let us help you do that. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to do this. It's a pleasure, and I'm very grateful. Every day, every day, every day. Wow. Oh, goodness, thank you. See you guys. Thank you.